Charles Benson Bear Athletic Center on the campus of Grinnell College, the site for the men's indoor track and field national championship, and the North Central College Cardinals coming in as the two-time defending national champions. We get the ball rolling with the shot put, where Robert Kaputska of North Central is coming off a school record throw in a last chance meet last weekend. Kaputska here on his first attempt in the second flight doesn't get a great grip on the shot put and only able to get 13.72 meters. Taking first in his flight was Pete Delzer of the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. His throw of 17.72 meters was good for third overall. We now move to the championship flight where the top 8 competitors move on. We start with Nick Batts of the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh, here throwing 17.9 meters, good for second overall. Now the defending indoor champion David Pless of Bates, here on his first attempt in the championship round. He would shot put this throw 18.35 meters, and a throw of 18.4 earlier in the day set a national indoor meet record as he comes away with a first place finish.
A lot of people have asked me, it's your defending national champion, how are you going to approach this, come out here and do it again? Is it going to be a defense of a championship, or is it going to be something different? Just taking things one step at a time. I couldn't think of myself as a defending champion or anything like that. Instead, knew that I had to come out here, get a good throw in, and get to finals. And fortunately, my best was the best today. I really have to thank my coaches and my family for being here. They were exceptional in their support. Just so happy to spend this day and this moment with them because I know that they're the ones, the wings beneath my feet. Really want to also thank Coach Farashidi and Coach Woodhead, who's since passed. But Coach Farashidi has been there every step of the way for me. He's been a phenomenal influence, and he's a true competitor. The thing that I was able to do really well this weekend was to respond to the pressure, which I had not done so well outdoors last year. I was still very happy with the result of being an All-American outdoors, but really what I'd like to see in myself is to take the pressures, to take all of these things around you and the great athletes that I competed against and respond to what they had done so that I could perform my best. And track and field is such an individual sport that it's not that I'm competing necessarily against them except at this championship, but always competing against myself to get better. And taking from last spring what happened and what happened today, I really think that I've made some strong strides in my competitive attitude and abilities.
We now move to the 400-meter dash where the first heat features Deontay Hackler of North Central College. He would finish the heat third overall in a time of 49.25 seconds to take the medal stand with a fifth-place finish in the meet. Cardinal fans out in full force to support Dan Benton in Heat 2. He took second in the event last year, hoping to take the title this year against Kevin Cunningham of McMurray. This race would be 2 complete laps around the track as Cunningham takes the lead as they go into the final lap. Coming down the home stretch, it's a 2-horse race between Benton and Cunningham, and at the finish, Benton is able to stretch ahead, winning by 0.02 of a second, and he's your national champion with a winning time of 48.01.
There's 2 different strategies that I thought might have happened. I thought maybe he would have sat behind the guy that took the first lap out hard, and then if he would have tried to gun it in, maybe the last 100, which is what I ended up doing. I was a little nervous about that because I'm not sure how my kick would have compared to his. The other one was that I knew he was going to take it out hard, and I just wanted to make sure that he didn't put enough of a gap on me so I could catch him. It feels really good to win. I have lost twice now, and it's good to go out my senior year with a win. And having it be so close last year, and just knowing that I could have contributed more points to the team, and I just missed it by just that much, I was really happy with my performance, and I was happy that I could bring, I think, 4 extra points than what I was supposed to bring in.
Zach Hirschpink represented the Cardinals in the high jump here, clearing 2 meters, but his attempt at 2.05 would come up just short, and Hirschpink would finish 11th overall. Sophomore Nathan Davis of Heidelberg on his final attempt at 2.11 meters, he would make the height and finish 2nd overall. But Zach Mixdorf of University of Wisconsin at Stevens Point would also clear the height, and with less attempts, he would take the top spot.
I've had a couple looks at 7 before, and those looked really good. So I felt like I could jump this already coming in. It's all about having the right mindset. High jump is a huge mental game. You're running up to a bar that's over your head. So it's just staying focused, staying relaxed, doing what you're supposed to do.
One of 2 relays on the weekend the Cardinals sent down was the distance medley relay, led off by sophomore Timothy Hurd in the 1,200 meters. Junior Baikaba would take care of the 400 leg lap as he hands off to Giuliano Lodi, the freshman running the 800. MIT in the lead as they head to the final leg. This one would be 1,600 meters around the track as John Crane, the sophomore from North Central, takes the baton. At the finish, it's Bowdoin University taking the top spot in a time of 9 minutes 59.67 seconds. North Central would finish in 7th with a time of 10 minutes 3.79 seconds. In the pole vault, the Cardinals coming in as the heavy favorites led by John Wood and Josh Winder. Thomas Stacy would come in seated 5th. Here's Stacy at his first attempt at 4.96 meters. He would clear the bar, and he doesn't have a miss yet in the competition. Next up for the Cardinals is Josh Winder, the sophomore, again attempting 4.96 meters. Winder is up and over. The senior John Wood looking to take to the podium. He passed on the first 2 heights. This would be his first attempt at 4.96 meters. And the senior makes this one look easy as he's up and over, moving on to 5.06 meters. Josh Winder would be the first Cardinal to attempt 5.06. And the sophomore clears the bar with ease. Thomas Stacy not so lucky here on his third and final attempt at 5.06 meters. The junior can't get the clearance, and he finishes the meet with a 4th place finish overall. John Wood now with his first attempt at 5.06 meters. The senior is up and over, and the bar now raises to 5.16 meters. Winder, the first Cardinal up to attempt the height. And Winder unable to get over the bar, but he'll have 2 more chances. John Wood not able to make his first attempt here on his second attempt at 5.16 meters. The senior misses wide right in a scary moment, but he gets up and he's okay. Josh Winder staring down the runway for his third and final attempt at 5.16. And the sophomore able to clear it and move on in the competition. Now the final attempt for John Wood at 5.16 meters, hoping to move on with Winder. And Wood just misses the height, but he would take 2nd overall as Josh Winder is your national pole vault champion.
I really am grateful of it. I can't tell you how many people came up to me these last 3 years and said, "You're Jake's brother, you're Jake's brother," and it's an honor to be Jake's brother, don't get me wrong. But it was really great to be able to compete and win a national championship and throw another one of those on the board for a Winder. Early on in the competition, I was extremely winded early on. I have no idea why. I guess it was the nerves. I missed my first bar. That's always kind of a bummer, and I made it, and that was a big boost, but I just couldn't get the nerves out. And we went up a pole halfway through the competition, and I stayed on that most of the time, but basically I got to the end of the runway, and I just focused on the 3 Qs my dad always says, and that's just hit it, jump up, and turn. I just trusted in God, and I just got to the end of the runway, and I looked up, and I just said, "I know you're going to put me over this bar." I didn't even know I won at that point, but I knew that God let me get over that bar, and I was really pumped up about that. Basically, my dad just said, "You want to stay in it or no? You want to call it on the win?" 5:35. Yeah. Standards at 6.5. Now, I forced myself to take 3 shots at 5:35, which isn't a national record. It would have been a PR for me, a personal record, and I just basically forced myself to finish at that, and it was difficult. I was extremely tired, but the last attempt I was over it by a lot, and that kind of opens the doors for the outdoor season. I know that.
I've had a great time at North Central, great teammates, great coaches, just great environment, great experiences, and I just want to live in that moment. And you know, these next couple weeks, I'm just preparing for outdoor season. and I'm going to do the best I can when it comes to the outdoor nationals.
The night before, I always had someone to talk to if I needed someone to talk to. And then the day of the competition, we all just basically try to keep ourselves as calm as possible. And it's much easier when you have 2 or 3 other people with you throughout the whole entire day.
Having your teammates, your friends, or our roommates, just having them there, it feels like a normal meet, and you don't have all that pressure just put on you. You can really just rely on each other, know that they have your back and you got theirs, and it's a great help. And you know, we have more people too. Peter Garrity, he won outdoors last year, he got 2nd indoors last year, and he's been injured so far this indoor season, so hopefully we can bring him there, and then maybe another guy too.
The national meet was capped off by the 4x4 relay, where the Cardinals come in as the #1 seed. Bai Kabul would get the Cardinals into first as he hands off to Mustafa Oleu for the 2nd leg of the race. But blazing speed by Thurgood Dennis would move the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire into first, as Deontay Hackler takes the baton for the 3rd leg. And Hackler would take care of business as he moves the Cardinals even with Eau Claire, as Dan Benton, the 400-meter individual champion, takes the baton. And down the final 50 meters, Dan Benton shows he's got a little bit of gas left in the tank, and the Cardinals take the national title in the 4x4 and cap off the three-peat, becoming national champions for the 3rd year in a row, totaling 48 points over the weekend.
It feels tremendous. I mean, words can't really describe it. Last year indoors, we won the 4x4, but we got DQ'd, so I felt kind of like I had been robbed of it, and it was really nice to come out here, run a clean race, and top it off too with the national championship that we can go back, bring it back to the community. I mean, the coaches worked hard. They give us everything we need to compete. So I think it means a lot to win. So we can celebrate it with the coaches, our fans.
It's fantastic. This is 29 years at North Central, and even the first championship in 1989 was special, even as an assistant coach. And certainly I'm still doing the same job I've been doing all those years. I just have a different title, but it is exciting, and to keep this thing rolling.
We may have gotten a little nervous that we were missing Peter Garrity, which is our national championship outdoor pole vaulter. And we were trying to focus on the family or the team concept that we bring in, where if someone's down, someone else will pick them up. And that's how we've always been successful, and we've cared for each other, and we always pick up where someone's down. That's really been the difference between other schools and other teams that I've been on up to this point.
We pride ourselves on having great team unity within those individual event areas, and then we put it all together for the team. But, you know, what a team effort. You know, 3 pole vaulters scoring, you know, and the 2 sprinters in the 400 and the 4x4. It was just a great team experience. And then we have guys, you know, who came out here who didn't qualify, but they're part of the whole process too, the whole team process.
My job was, well, all of our job was just to, keep us within the race and have it within reach for Dan Benton to finish it off for us. And like always, unfortunately, he was able to do it.
I actually prefer to be given the baton in either like 2nd or 3rd, just so I can gauge myself on other runners and be able to possibly catch them and figure out what I need to do and be able to strategize my race within my race in order to catch them. So it worked out exactly, if not pretty close to what I would have wanted to happen.
He's a great influence on our team, and this is his last indoor season. We won't have him outdoors after being the outdoor 400-meter champion, and he's a great role model. It's going to be very difficult to replace him. But we also have John Howard, who placed in the indoor 400 last year. He didn't have indoor eligibility, but he has outdoor eligibility. So he's not Dan Benton's statistics, but he's going to add to our outdoor team.
Yeah, it's really sad that I'm not going to have Dan. I mean, I didn't get to run with him as much as I'd like to because I transferred in last year, but Dan definitely ended his senior year great, and I'm going to miss him a lot.
He's enriched us with so much, with both his advice and his talent, and it's just no one else like him. So honestly, we're going to miss him, but his legacy will carry on through us.
I would not have anybody else at the end of my relay besides Dan, because I ran with him all season, and I trust in his ability of what he's able to do. The whole team is really going to miss him, and not just as an athlete, but as a role model and a perfect example of what a student athlete should be.
I feel like I've gained the greatest memories in the world from North Central, and it's such an honor to be a part of the program, and just the experiences that I've gained and the people that I've made friends with, it has meant the world to me. And it's going to be really difficult, I know, and I'm trying not to think about it, that I'm going to be gone and I'm not going to be able to see those guys or train with them or hang out with them every day. I know they're going to do great without me, and I know that I'm going to be there at every meet cheering them on, and it's going to be difficult, but they're going to be just as successful because they're such a great family and they're such a great team that I can't see anything that they can't do.